so many easy to play and understand games out there. Sometimes it's hard to put the patience into a game that takes quite a bit of thought to play. So with that said, I put an hour into this game and I only ever got past level 1, so it didn't feel really rewarding playing it. However, I'm going to show you what I did. So the game is called The First Thrust of God, and I really thought that this didn't have an R in it, and I was very intrigued by the Fifth Thrust of God. However, it is just the first thrust. We have this depot of ships that we can eventually buy, but apparently I did not get far enough to get any, since I only got past level 1. Let's fire up the game and see why I had such a heckin' hard time. So there's this big circle thing here around some, I don't know, planet type thing. I don't know, it looks like some kind of machine or something, but the circle is gravity, so if we get in it, we get sucked in the rotation, and it's difficult because it really just wants to suck you right in. So you have to get in there at the right angle, just the right angle, so that you don't get sucked into the planet and, whoa, fudge. Alright, let's try this again. We're just gonna ease in there. I think the thing to do is really just come in on the side very carefully so that we're kind of already going at the right angle to get in. Oh, this is looking good. Alright, we picked up one of those little turds circling around the planet. We got a little bit out of orbit. Just kind of ease back in real gentle like. Real gentle, okay. And, oh, that was close. We got a thrust back in, and we're dead. Now, when I first started playing this, I thought maybe the goal was to avoid the little things around the planet and get around it somehow and land on that platform on the opposite side, but that is not the case. That will get you nothing if you do that, because we need to collect those and then land on the platform. I only found this out after I landed on the platform, nothing happened, and I said, what the heck? What's going on here? What do they want me to do? So I went on the store page, and there was instructions. Kind of a little bit wordy, but it said, pick those things up and then land on the platform. And I also found out that you can hit the spacebar to cancel all thrusters at the same time, which is helpful in a panic. Because I'm going to admit, maybe it's me, but the game's controls are a little wacky. You use the W, A, S, and D keys to turn on the thrusters, and then you use the arrow keys to turn them off. I kind of wish that maybe hitting the W button would turn the upper thruster off if I hit it again, or I don't know, I could use my controller to do it. I feel like if I were using a gamepad, that I don't know, it might be easier for me personally, but maybe not general people. It's just kind of weird using both hands to do this. Alright, so you've seen me bang my head against the wall multiple times trying to do this, and trust me, I did it a lot more than I've shown you already. I feel like you needed to see all that though, just to kind of know how it felt. Once you get in and you're going around this little thinger in the middle, you just kind of have to hope that you're in orbit properly, or you can try to micro adjust with your thrusters, but the micro adjusting, that usually just got me into more trouble. We finally picked up both of those little cargo pods or something, and our next task is to get on to that tiny little pad at just the right speed, because if you're going too fast, it is game over again. So take it nice and easy, just use micro taps to get your ship going nice and slow and gently land on this little fella here. We have finally done it. Oh my gosh, that is quite the victory. Now we get to check out level 2, and it appears that they have really kind of ramped up the difficulty level, because the orbit encompasses the whole gosh darn screen. So thwoomp, right into the orbit we go, and hopefully, oh, we got one. Lots of micro adjustments in an attempt to not run into the sides here. It's actually looking really good on this first attempt. We just have to get that pod, just get lucky with our orbit. Oh, just barely missed it. This is so painful. We got it. All right, this might have been easier than I suspected. we just have to figure out a way to get our ship out of here. Oh my gosh. Alright, restart. No, it actually wasn't any easier. I don't know how I got lucky on that first go, but after that, I had nothing but like complete failure over and over again. I tried replicating that first run. I tried so many things, but it was so dang difficult to get myself going in an orbit that didn't either suck me right into the middle or make me fly off to the top edge or bottom edge, and I don't know. It's probably just me and all the other games that I have that I know I could be playing and having a better time. Oh, what? Well, that one was obviously my fault. As far as physics games go, I you know, it makes sense. You got momentum and object in motion stays in motion until, you know, something comes and stops it. So a lot of my problem was that once I got going in a direction, I didn't cancel my thruster and maybe use the opposite thruster to balance things out and kind of limit my direction. It was just difficult for me. I guess I need to also talk about the nitty-gritty bits of the game that aren't necessarily part of gameplay. You might have noticed that there's music playing, and if you know me, I usually don't have music for games in here. Well, this is not the game's music. It is some free-to-use music that I put on here just so that you wouldn't hear my computer fans buzzing so loud on my voiceover. The music that the game uses is extremely repetitive, and since you're playing the same thing over and over again, usually like dying and then restarting, you're hearing the first bit of it over and over and over again. There's no way to turn the music off, and it gets kind of frustrating. The little ship does make little thruster noises. It kind of sounds like a blender or I don't know, some kind of a high-pitched vacuum cleaner. So you're not really missing out too much on the sound effects since I have muted it all. There's also some beeps, I believe, when you pick up the little cargo pods. The audio gets the job done. It gives you a little bit of feedback. There really isn't much else I can show you about this game since I was so very terrible at it. It takes patience, and I don't know, you gotta be able to predict what's going to happen with the trajectory of your little vehicle here. I just did not have the gumption or patience to get it done. So once again, kind of a very shallow look at a game that we could have gone deeper into if I just was willing to put in the effort. But I think you get the general idea of what this game is about.